Hello and welcome to Behind the Plastic, the show where toy photographers interview toy. What are you doing there? I see you. Where toy photographers interview toy photographers about toy photography. Thank you very much. My name's Sequential Plastic. Here with me are Not a Bird, Not a Plane Photography and TMNT 1987. Say hello, boys.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
And our guest today has a very serious addiction to toys.
Aw.
Please welcome Toy Addict 17.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing super. I'm excited. I'm on Behind the Plastic.
Yeah.
You got to be excited about being behind the plastic, right?
Yeah, we like
Yes.
hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Yes.
good to have you here, man. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for coming
Thank you.
on.
Yes. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Hey, we want to get to know you a little bit better. I know your name is Danny. I know you are addicted to toys. I know you're a good dude. I know that you do your own, shows. Your,
Wait a minute. Cut.
Oh.
Cut. No.
Twice in a row.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm getting too excited. Danny, we have a timer. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk to you for even longer. 12 minutes. That's all we have.
Now it's a
all
15-minute
good.
show.
Sorry, everybody. You go with it. Okay.
Pressure.
So you're a busy guy. You do live streams. You do your own show. You're Black and Wednesdays. You're very involved in the community. I want to know, how do you juggle it all?
Honestly, I just go with the flow. Honestly, it's the way my schedule works in my real life, it kind of like doesn't interfere in that. And honestly, like I made it a priority sometimes to kind of like get away from, like, because again, I have so much going on behind the scenes that like I made it a priority to kind of just get away for a little bit and be able to do like, silly things like that, and, have hobbies and, be able to do little shows here and there, or even like, like the photos, like, so, that's how, honestly, it's just there's no like like thing that I do. I just go with the flow, and I'm on, and I'm, doing, shows, and I'm doing, the Black and Wednesdays, and, I'm not here to have fun. That's what it's all about. It's about having fun, and I love to see other people have fun, and, and come together, and, just be silly grown men.
You came to the right place.
Yeah, right.
Spoken
What
like
are
a
some
true
of your-
addict, Mr. Addict. Tell us, what if you could, I guess, what toy line are you addicted to the most out of all the amazing toy lines out there?
I wish I could say Power Rangers, but that would be a lie. Well, I am a big horror movie fan. I've always been a fan of the horror movie genre. So currently, right now, NECA, and all the horror movie characters and the Universal monsters, anything that's not even just NECA, like anything that's creepy, monsters, crazy things like that, I'm into. Like, so, but mostly NECA. Like NECA is like my bread and butter. I love all their horror movie lines. I love all their figures. I've been collecting their figures for a long time, so that's where my heart is right now. That's what I stick to. I mean, I venture out, but I'm very, like, I'm faithful to NECA, like I've always been. So,
For good reason. They do great work.
yeah, like,
And you
yeah.
do great work with them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
A while ago, McFarlane did a horror series. It was like Hansel and Gretel. Where, like, do you have those characters where, like, they were inside the pumpkin patch?
When I was younger, I used to own the Torture Souls, and I don't know if you guys remember the Torture Souls, where they were very controversial, especially like you went into Toys R Us and you saw Torture Souls, like they didn't want those on the shelf. So I had those. Believe it or not, when I was younger, I had them. My dad had bought them for me. He bought me the 18-inch ones.
Okay.
And my mom was very religious at the time, so she didn't like stuff like that in the house. Jay's laughing. I love it. So it's like, she made my dad like get rid of them because she didn't want them in the house. And like even to this day, like right now, I'm like in the process of trying to buy those again. Like now, and then go to my mom's house and say, "See, I'm an adult. You can't tell me what to do now."
Man,
but I do remember those. I do remember those figures. I didn't own the Hansel and Gretel ones. I did have the Torture Souls, and I did own a few of the Movie Maniacs when I was younger.
Clive Barker, I believe it was. Clive Barker.
Yep.
What are some of your hobbies outside of toy photography? Like, do you draw or play the piano?
I wish. Honestly, besides toy photography, I mean, I've done some art. Like I don't draw. Honestly, I'm more of a dad when I'm not doing toy
Playing with your
photography.
kids.
When I'm not, yeah, being a dad is a hobby.
I think it should be more than a hobby.
Collecting
Full-time
my kids
job
is a
hobby.
So yeah, I'm just a dad. I'm just a dad. You know, when I'm not, you know, I'm always working. You know, if I'm not doing toy photography, I'm with them. You know, I like to read comics. I collect comic books.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Comics. I love graphic novels. I collect those. I love buying. I still buy Blu-ray movies.
Nice.
If that's a hobby, you know. But
Yeah.
honestly, there's really, it's like besides this is really just like little things. I'm like, again, I'm more work, home, being a parent, and then I'm like, when it's time for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a photo, and then my kids get involved. Like my son currently right now has his own page, and he started toy photography because which is
awesome.
which is awesome. So you know, he's the only one that thinks it's cool. Everybody else is like, okay.
Hey, at least you got one of them into it.
One, right? I got one. I'm trying to
That's
win them
good.
all, but they don't. It's not gonna happen.
Well, how did you get into toy photography?
Oh, kind of like everybody else. Same story. Started with COVID. I was quarantined before everyone was quarantined because I had an injury, so I couldn't leave the house. So the day that I got a boot, because I broke my leg, the day that I got a boot to walk out, they shut the world down. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's crazy, right? So I had I was a mitten card collector, and then you know I started YouTube. I tried to do the YouTube thing. So, but I was reviewing my friends' toys. So I was opening their toys because I didn't want to open my own toys because I was a mitten card collector. So, but then I really started getting, like, when I was just bored, like I would start to open a few of mine, and then I really just started using my phone, and then I learned from I started asking around tips. Getting tips from different photographers and just seeing the way, and it's kind of just finding my way. And then, I started doing the the NECA ones, the horror figures. And I was like, this is home for me because, again, I remember those movies, and I was always a movie poster fan. I like if you guys could see,
Yeah.
I love movie posters, and so
Me too.
that's where I gained a lot of my inspiration. It's just movie posters and like portrait style photos. So yeah, that's how I started.
Well, speaking of, let's take a look at one of your shots.
Oh, we got to sprint to the.
I know we don't have a lot
We
of
have
Good
3.5
one.
minutes to talk about this masterpiece. I love this shot. I picked this one today because this is, I first of all, I love Frankenstein, and I love seeing pictures of Frankenstein, and I love seeing amazing pictures of Frankenstein such as this. And this is one of my all-time favorites. I love the black and white. I love just the classic pose. He's reaching out. You got the soft focus in the background and in the foreground with his hand. It's just a perfect shot for me. Tell us a little bit about this shot.
Believe it or not, I was the day that I was taking this shot, I was like cooking at the same time. So I was like trying to, believe it or not, I was like cooking pasta or something. And like, while I was like doing like the noodles or something, like I was trying to set the lights because I take a long time setting the lights. But like, honestly, my inspiration was, again, I was always a big fan of movie posters and a big fan of just like nice portrait shots. And I love black and white shots. That's like my black and white shots are like just beautiful to me. So, who better to take a black and white shot than the Universal Monsters, right? And then that line has been so solid. So again, it was just really just me just having a nice setup and just doing a simple pose, because again, horror movie characters, they don't need to be in Spider-Man poses, which is great. So it was something simple, but it was funny because I was trying to juggle doing that and cooking at the same time. And like, like it was funny. Everybody was eating and my setup was still on the table. And they were like, you want to get that off the table?
No kidding.
Yeah, it was really simple. Like, honestly, I don't spend too much time on like setups, and again, I like to take photos that focus on the character alone. Like, I'll add a few things here and there, but I really want it to be focused on that character. I want to capture every single detail on the character and just make it about that alone. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I feel like when you add, sometimes it takes away from, and that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just takes away, and I just like to focus on whatever my subject is.
No, I think you're right because honestly, when Zach opened this, there's like an intimacy to this one, right?
Mhm.
Like I'm just like, hey, who's this guy? We didn't invite this dude in here. You know, it's supposed to be us four. And like I think that's what like pictures like this do. You know, it's very you're not distracted by anything. There isn't I've been on a kick of just adding a shine to stuff that doesn't shine. Like I would just put a big like shine on his shoulder just because, you know. But like that's what like gets me about this picture. It's like really intimate. He's really like looking at you, and it's super striking.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, it is. Sully,
Is
what do
that
you got?
is that the Frankenstein table, like the accessory pack?
Yes, and that's the it comes with the backdrop too. That's the backdrop.
And that backdrop
Okay.
looks good.
It comes with the whole accessory set. So again, they're great, but again, like I don't care if like you like that was my thing too. I didn't care if you could see it. Like I wanted you to like I don't want you so focused on that. I want you focused on what I'm taking a photo of. And again, I'm one of those people that I'm not big on like sometimes I'll even just do black backgrounds because I want you just to focus on the shadow and I want you just the character because again that's what movie posters. When you look at movie posters, you see the character. You're not focused on what's around. I mean, some of them do, but it's like when you see the character, you're like, that's it.
That's it.
Well, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go make some spaghetti.
And shoot Frankenstein? All right, we got to move on to the hot seat. The hot seat.
The hot seat.
All right, Danny, what's your favorite horror movie?
Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. That's my favorite.
Ooh, okay.
All right. What NECA figure would you actually want to come alive and haunt you?
Michael Myers.
My question is going to be Windows or Mac?
Mac?
Do you use Windows or Mac? Mac, all right.
Mac, yeah.
Hey, Danny, what's your greatest fear?
Failure. I want to say failure. Failure is my biggest fear. Failure.
Fair. Your biggest addiction outside of toys?
Making babies. No. No. Honestly,
There's worse things.
But my biggest addiction, honestly, is it's I think spending money. That's spending money because I'm very impulsive.
Yeah,
very impulsive.
Marvel or DC?
DC all the way.
Okay, would you rather vacation at Crystal Lake or Lake Placid?
Crystal Lake.
Okay, you mentioned Lion King earlier. I'm giving you 15 seconds to sing a Lion King song and go.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Nice. Good. Oh, man, we got time for one more. Who wins the bare knuckle fight between Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees?
Jason Voorhees, hands down.
All right, and that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.